welcome. And so glad that all of you guys could join us. Welcome to the July virtual user group. I hope everyone has been having a wonderful summer. I hope your week is off to a great start. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Shay Bagwell, Customer Marketing Manager with IBI. And with me today, I have Dirk and Sachin. Dirk is with our ATS team, and Sachin is with our product team. You guys have probably recognized both of them from previous webinars and various IBI events and things. So they will be your presenters today. And today we are talking all about ReportCaster. So we've got a great session lined up for you. Super thrilled for what they're going to show you guys. But before we get started, a couple of things from me. I'm going to go over some housekeeping, and then I have a couple of marketing things to throw out your way. So as a reminder, the webinar is being recorded, so you will receive a copy of the recording and any presentation materials that the presenters are able to share with you. I will send that in a follow-up email. If you have any questions for Sachin or Dirk during their time they're presenting, please utilize the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen. We will be monitoring the Q&A throughout the presentation, and we will make sure that we take allotted time to answer your questions. So please feel free to submit those as we go. And then if you have any additional comments or you need anything, again, just feel free to let us know. All right, so let me share my screen and go through a quick presentation for a marketing spill for you guys. So as I said, today's topic is all about unlocking the power of ReportCaster. And I'm not going to steal these guys' thunder. I'm going to let them tell you what they're going to talk about. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some IBI marketing. So as a reminder, guys, the IBI.com is your one-stop shop, all things IBI. So if you haven't been out to the website, I encourage you to make sure that you do check it out every now and then. A lot of great resources that are out there for you. All of the IBI events are out there, so you can register for all the webinars. We have blogs posted. We have the resource library where you're able to view previous webinars, Focus Fridays, virtual user groups, analyst webinars, things like that are all posted out there. And along with all of that, you're also able to access your IBI support portal, the e-delivery, the community, and soon to come, the education platform. So again, it's kind of your one-stop shop. So be sure to check it out every now and then. As I mentioned, you can access support out there. You are able to log into the support portal, put in your tickets with support, find product notifications, product downloads, any other useful links that may be helpful for you. You can access there. As I mentioned, you are able to register for all of the upcoming events, whether that's a Focus Friday, a virtual user group, our in-person event coming up, our 50th year Golden Summit, I'm going to talk about here in just a second. And then you also are able to view previous recordings from past webinars. So speaking of events, this year is a milestone for IBI. For those of you who have been around for a while, 50 years. We are super excited. This is an amazing feat for IBI, and we're here to celebrate. So our summit is all around the 50 years this year. We will be in New York on October 14th, and we would love for you to join us if you are able to. We just announced our special keynote speaker is the one and only Howard Dresner. So he will be joining us that day. Got a great keynote lined up from him. And he'll be on site just to talk and network and talk, meet everyone who's there. The registration and agenda is open. So if you'd like to go out to the website, check out the agenda, see if there's something appealing to you. And if there's not, because we understand that everyone has their own unique challenges, we have created a choose your own session. So if there's something that's not on the agenda that you are just dying to hear or you want to know more about, you are able to choose your own session. And how that works is once you fill out the form, we will put you in a room with an expert around said session, and you get your own private 30-minute session on that said topic. So again, we try to provide a little bit of everything on the agenda for everyone. But again, like I said, we understand that your challenges are unique. And so we want to make sure that everyone gets the most out of Summit. And also we have the expert room. So if you already are joining us and registered, be sure to schedule time for the expert room. If you have any burning questions that you need answered or challenges that you want to work on while you're there. So again, I encourage everyone to come join us. It's going to be a great celebration. Again, 50 years. So we'd love to have you with us. And if you have any questions or need to know anything regarding Summit, please reach out to me. Happy to answer anything that you may have. On another note, the IBI community, if you guys have not joined the community yet, highly encourage you to join. This is another great resource for you as a customer, being able to get out there and network with your peers and our IBI experts. We have everything from articles to knowledge threads, lots going on out there. Great conversations are happening, and our experts are constantly posting some how-tos, demos, things like that. So be sure to check it out if you have not joined the community. And then the education. As you know, earlier this year, we launched our education platform. We did a whole special webinar on it back in May. So if you are interested in what that looked like or still haven't joined the education platform, you can either let me know, I can send you the recording, or you can find the recording on our YouTube channel or the website. But we do encourage everyone to get out there and start utilizing the education platform. We have a ton of courses already out there. And every quarter, we will be adding new courses. And we have everything from beginner to advanced. So if you are interested in what courses we have, or you're looking for some training, or you've got new folks joining your organization, please send them to the education platform and let them get some training going with everything IBI. Social media, if you are a social media person and have any of these platforms, we encourage you to give us a follow. We're on LinkedIn, X, and as I mentioned, our YouTube channel. So feel free to subscribe and follow us and stay in the latest, stay in the know with everything that we are doing here at IBI. We are very active on those and are constantly posting, so you guys can follow and see what's going on. If you are not receiving any of our invites, our monthly newsletter, please let me know. It's really important that we want to make sure that we're reaching you guys, again, just to keep you in the know of all things IBI going on. We do have a monthly newsletter that also I break that down for you. So if you're not receiving that and would like to, please let me know. If you're not receiving your Focus Friday invites, if you're not receiving your virtual user group invites, please let me know. If you're not receiving your summit invites, please let me know. So we want to make sure that you guys are getting all of our emails regarding all things IBI news. And then a couple of things on behalf of my colleague, Hannah Knox, who handles these next two programs. I just want to quickly touch on them. The WebFOCUS Upgrade Program, as you guys may know, or if you haven't heard yet, September is coming up and we are sunsetting. It is the end of support for 8207. So we don't want you to wait to make those plans to upgrade. You want to get on the latest version of WebFOCUS and take advantage of all the new modern features. This program itself is designed to make your move to the latest version as smooth as possible. So if you're interested or would like to know more, register for that program. Let's begin the conversation with our team. Let us walk alongside you in your upgrade journey. So Hannah runs this program. So if you need more information, you can either fill out the form or you can contact Hannah directly. And then also another program that Hannah is running right now is our WebFOCUS AI Bootcamp. This is an excellent opportunity to start integrating AI into your analytics strategy. So this program, we offer you these expert sessions that align to your specific objectives. You get practical insights through real world examples. We have the Quick Start course for the DSML installation. And then you can see immediate impact, excuse me, I cannot speak this morning, applying the AI to your business challenges. So this is another awesome, great program that she's running, a little boot camp. We also did a webinar on this back in May, where Porter and Aiden kind of broke this down for you guys as well. So if you're interested in reviewing that one, you can also find it on our YouTube channel or in the resource library. So again, if you're interested in registering for this one, I have the link here. You'll be able to access this after the webinar. And always, if you need anything at all, don't hesitate to reach out. That is why we are here for you, to help you and make sure that you're getting the most from your IBI investment. So with that, I am going to turn it over and let's dive into the real reason why you guys are here to see some report casters. So Dirk, I am going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Shay, and thank you everyone for joining today. We're going to talk about ReportCaster, and I am going to start that right now. Okay, so what is ReportCaster? ReportCaster is really a significant part of the WebFOCUS technology. It allows the setup of daily, weekly, monthly processes so that you can push existing WebFOCUS reports, interactive dashboards, documents to a list of consumers inside and outside of the organization and directly to the point of their business, whether it's an email inbox, a mobile device alert, or even a network printer. And there are some use cases for that, absolutely. And you're delivering it in the most suitable format for them. May it be a spreadsheet, a PDF document, a PowerPoint, any other file format. And important here it is without the need to go to a website for them to pull the information. So it is not only scheduling a data refresh, it's actually sending fully formatted output to those users without the need to provide external system access or even build a customer portal for your customers to receive this information. There are many examples, and these can be highly interactive customer statements, monthly electronic publications, or weekly, monthly sales information to management. Do you see here some of the examples that are possible with ReportCaster? Now, when it comes to the functionality, what makes ReportCaster so powerful? It's the automated distribution available at the time when information is required. It's relevant, customized information, anytime, even every minute if so required at peak times, and multiple delivery options in the most suitable formats. And Sachin will share some exciting news about that a little bit later. And last and not least, it's the centralized management and monitoring of all of the activities that are happening around ReportCaster. So with that, we thought we're going to give you a few examples, and that's what I'm going to do next. And that would be here. So distribution can be to multiple formats, and email is probably the most common one. And I have a few examples here. So take a monthly customer statement. So email that arrives, maybe it has some personalized information saying, welcome, Dirk, and here's my information. This is from here. This is our monthly report. And please see the attachment for the details. So you can look at the information. It gets downloaded. It's an attachment. Takes a few seconds. And now, once it's available, we can have a look at it. Okay, there it is. And I'm going to open it. That's an email attachment. So no connection to the WebFOCUS system is required. For your customers, no connection to even your internal systems is required. And they receive something. In this case, it's a self-contained document, an HTML page that is really designed as a dashboard. A dashboard which you typically expect has multiple tabs: monthly sales, transactions, customer complaints, and maybe some other information. So it is interesting to have multiple pieces of information together, but it's more interesting that it's interactive. My personal information for the particular month that the activity happened, and I can do something with this. I see some anomalies. I can see for those three product groups, there's something has happened. So I can actually, as a user, disconnected from WebFOCUS, filter the information. Now the whole system filters interactively. I can brush over those areas because they are of significance. I filter my chart here. And that is good. I see my high level. These are the most significant transactions. I want to drill to the transactional details. So I see the transactional details. Maybe I want to see the distribution of those, of maybe the number of customers. I can roll them up to a particular product group. I create the visualization, and I can even scroll further. So I have control, as a consumer of this information to interact with this and really get questions, secondary question answered without maybe having to call the call center. So that's one kind. There's much more to this particular example, but we're going to the next example. So the next example is a financial statement, very similar in nature, where it's a personalized document that shows me my investments. So again, I'm going to access the file. It's going to open. I'm going to look at this. And here I see how did my retirement portfolio work? What is my year-to-date value? What is my return in within 1 year, in 7 years, in 5 years? I can interact with this. I can say what are my biggest contributors here. I can sort the information, can roll them up, and I can really work with my data and get my next information that I wanted to receive from this. Now, a third example, and that is also very common, it's to take existing WebFocus content, WebFocus reports like this bandit report where I have a sales revenue report, a monthly report that breaks information down by the country, by the category, gives me the revenue, the quantity sold, and maybe some calculations around this, some conditional styling. I have my main report that gives me the highlight by category, but I have as an attachment, I see the details as maybe a spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet has the information there. I'll open it, look at my spreadsheet.
Hey, Dirk,
Yes,
I am so sorry to interrupt you. Is there a way you could go full screen
is this not full screen?
when you're back in your demo? That was a request.
Yeah, absolutely. If I thought I am in full screen, but I'll try to do this. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So what you see here is 3 examples of WebFocus content that had been created by WebFocus and distributed by WebFocus ReportCaster to the recipients that you define. I'm going to show you exactly how to build this out. So with that, we're going into WebFocus. I have my first report, my revenue report. I'm going to run this report. And I want to confirm that this is actually full screen for you. For me, it is full screen. Shay, can you confirm that this is a full screen?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so you see this report here, and it has been built with the WebFocus Designer, and you have made it available. Now you're saying instead of users having to request this report on a daily basis or maybe come into the office in the morning, I want to push this information out to them. So how do I do this? In WebFocus, I can take the report, I can right mouse click, I can schedule to different output formats that could be email, FTP, printer, the report library, the content repository, and some other options. So access point can be directly from the report itself, right mouse click, selecting the schedule, or most of the ReportCaster functionality is available in WebFocus in the action button, this round plus symbol on the top left. In here, you have seen in the last few sessions how to use the WebFocus Designer to create the content, to manage the metadata, to manage the data. And now we're going to the section that says ReportCaster. Multiple options, create schedules, distribution lists, access lists. So we're going to create a schedule. The schedule, we are having to break it down by 5 different things. What are we going to distribute? Who are we going to distribute to? How often? And set some other properties. So what are we going to distribute? When it comes down to distribution, we have options. Option 1, 2, and 3 are WebFocus generated contents. It could be a content that is generated in the WebFocus repository. It can be a server procedure. So if you don't have the content in the repository, but in the WebFocus reporting server, you can choose that. Or, and that is new in the WebFocus 9th series, it's to schedule a schedule. Why is it significant? You can create packages of schedules. It says maybe I have a monthly schedule that has been triggered by an external scheduler. So all of those 10 schedules need to be submitted. So it gives you control flexibility of setting up your system. But in addition to that, you can also send supporting information, files. Maybe you have a document that you want to send together with the WebFocus report. Maybe you have to pull this information from an FTP website or even a web page and send it as a combined package into the list of users that you want to send it to. We're doing it very simple. We want to send a WebFocus report. The WebFocus report, that is the report 1 that I showed you before. I'm going to open it. It has a few options. We can look at this. There are parameters that are associated to this. We're not going to deal with those parameters. So we have the report selected. We are going to look at the distribution. I already mentioned those 5 distribution options. We're making it simple. It's an email. So when it comes down to email, you have the ability to send to individual email addresses. More common is to send to a list of distribution recipients, or maybe even dynamically determine what this list is from the data that you have on your systems. Again, I make it very simple. Dirk, I send it to myself at .com. I'll give it a subject that is virtual. I can't even spell. Virtual user group July report 1. Okay. And then I have the choice to send it as an attachment. Or I can say, I want to actually send this as an inline message. So instead of the user having to open a attachment, I say, this task here is an inline. And I'm going to click on OK. The recurrence is how often do I want to send it. So if I want to send it more than once, then I can schedule it maybe every minute, hour, day, week, month. Maybe I want to send it every month. I want to send it on the 1st, 18th, and the last day on the month. Or you can choose the last day of the month here. You can choose multiple days before the month end or some other options that we go through a little bit later. So we're good with this. We're going to save the schedule. Going to call it virtual user group 1. I save it. I'm happy with this. And just so that we don't have to wait until the last day of the month, which happens to be tomorrow, I'm going to run it right now. Okay, so that is the schedule that I have created. I can close it. I can look at what WebFocus has done is it has created a virtual user group schedule here, and I can look at the log. I can see, was it successful? Was it not? So it says it scheduled it. It looked at the task here, WebFocus procedure. It has connected to the WebFocus server. It has created an HTML file, has started the distribution, and it has sent it to my email address. So that's what the system says. We're going to validate that the system's actually right. So I'm going to go into my email, and there it is. Virtual user group, July report 1, the one that we have just created. And my report, which was run right now, 8:24 is my current time of the day. And the information is here, fully formatted and available for me to use. Okay. So that's option number 1. You see how easy it is to build out a WebFocus ReportCaster schedule and make it available. So with that, we're going to go to example 2. We want to say this is just a simple report, but how do I actually create this combination of report and attachment? Very simple. Here, I'm going to edit this here. I'm going to save it as virtual user group with inline. Okay. All we need to do is to take this information is to add another task. The other task is the WebFOCUS report. This case, we are going to use the report 1B, which is our details for country and product themselves. We open it. It again looks for those parameters, which we're going to look at a little bit later. Scans it, says, okay, everything is perfect. Add it here. Look at the distribution. It's email distribution. And we selected that task 1 is our inline message, and then task 2 will be an attachment. And save that. And from the recurrence, we can keep the recurrence. We're going to save it. And we will run it. Okay. That is perfect. You could look at the log right now, but it might still be in action, so we don't need to look at this very moment. Important to notice here is also when you're thinking about distribution is that you can have multiple types of distribution at the same time. You can have an email distribution at the same time you say, this is my monthly report, but I also want to maybe have a backup copy of the distribution and store it in our document repository. So you would just add and say, I want to send a copy of this to the report library. So you have full flexibility here. Okay. Okay, let's look at our emails again. Inbox, that's not there yet. So let's wait for a little bit. Or let's look at the log. Virtual with inline. New log information. It looks right. It has been distributed here. Report 1 and report 1B got distributed. So we just have to be patient. Okay. I'm sometimes not patient, but it'll come. Okay. So we'll look at this in a few moments. Important to notice is also that we can take those reports and saying, yes, this is North America, this is Canada, Mexico, there is the United States, but maybe there are different people responsible for the multiple sections. So we can actually what we call burst the report. Bursting report means slice it into multiple sections, send the relevant sections to the particular users. So that's what we're going to do next. Creating a new schedule. The task, we already know it's a WebFOCUS task. The report 1 that we had here. To burst the report, what we need to do once it finds those parameters here is to select burst. Bursting report means that WebFOCUS will take the first sort field, in this case it's the country, and is going to associate this first sort field to a destination target or an email target, an email list. So that's what we're going to do next. So we're going to add the distribution here. This time it's, again, an email distribution, but not an email address, but we're going to use a distribution list. This distribution list we can either predefine or I'm going to show you later how to create a new distribution list. So here I created one that's called North America List Original. I'm going to use this, open it, and I'm going to do this task distribution. This one is burst report, burst monthly report. Add. And as you remember, recurrence needs to be set, and you can set it up as once, but typically you set it up every week, every month, every day. Okay, so we'll just set it up to be every week and save. Okay. Oh, choose the days. We should choose the days. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So WebFOCUS ReportCaster always ensures that you never make a mistake. This is burst report, burst virtual user group, save, and run. Of course, yes, I want to submit it. And what you will see in a few moments, first of all, we can look at the virtual user group report that we had before, where we combined the main report, the summary report, country and category, with an attachment. And if you want to look at the attachment, you just open it here, scans the attachment, has my report here. And now you see that it doesn't need to be a web page. It can actually be a full spreadsheet. So if somebody needs a spreadsheet to process it further with all the styling and everything included, they can do so. So very simple, easy to use existing WebFocus report, and you know how easy it is to build WebFocus reports to then distribute it out to the recipients that need to work with the data. Okay, so by now we have our burst report as well. And this burst report is set to have my Canadian information in there, and then it has other categories as well to send in information for North America, for Mexico, and for United States. So I could have sent it either to myself, or I could have sent it to multiple people. In this case, I sent it to myself. Okay, so the fourth option, and that is also very significant to enhance your user experience, maybe for your existing dashboards, is to allow people to subscribe to WebFocus schedules. So in this example, you see a dashboard with multiple parameters. In this case, I have my country, I have my product category. The dashboard will show up in a few seconds here. And maybe I look at the information. I'm interested in my store country, Canada. I'm selecting Canada. And once this has been selected and the data has been displayed, now I see, maybe as a user, oh, look, there's something happening with televisions, with accessories. So I can choose accessories and televisions. And I can look at this report and saying, I look at this, but maybe that is something that I need to monitor on a somewhat regular basis. Maybe for the next week, I need to monitor it. What do I need to do? I can add a subscription button to my existing WebFocus dashboard, which allows a business user, based on their own selections, to schedule the distribution of this content to their inbox or to their environment. So that's what we're going to do next. So we're going to subscribe to this report. The report is taking the Canada accessories and televisions. It's going to ask for where do you want to send it to. I'll give it a report. This is TV and accessories monitoring. Okay, so I'm going to monitor this here too. Again, I'm going to do this as an inline attachment here. The distribution we already defined, the recurrence. Maybe I want to run it every day from start date to a particular end date. In this case, my end date should be 2025, not December, but August. Let's say for the next 2 weeks, I want to monitor this. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to monitor this and I'm going to save it. This is my monitor schedule. And just so that we don't have to wait, I'm going to run it. So the advantage here is that you don't have, as a user, have to go back every morning, every day to go to the web page to select those parameters that were of significance. It's something that you maybe want to put another program in place, maybe call people, maybe look at what's happening here. And you get a reminder sent, or the content sent, the distribution to your distribution email address. So once you have done this, we can look at some of those emails. They haven't arrived yet, but they are going to arrive shortly here. So as soon as we see it, it will be sent to your email address. So what do we need to do? And I'm going to show you how to do this a little bit later. We need to take an existing dashboard that is built to the WebFocus Designer, add this button, subscribe to report, and then the functionality becomes available to those users. So now our TV and accessories monitoring has been delivered as a PDF document. And you see here the main report with Canada and television, plus all the details have been sent to me, in this case, as a PDF document. Very easy to set up and very easy for the consumers to actually work with. Okay. So that is the first part of the demonstration. I want to get now into the second part to talk about what is new in WebFocus 9.3. So when we talk about WebFocus 9.3, it continues to bring many enhancements for usability and enterprise level reporting and content management to WebFocus. Okay. So now, when you look at the list of activities, a lot of things when you think about it is task distribution, recurrences, log reports, configuration, security, many more functions. These are improvements that customers have asked for. They have used ReportCaster maybe for a long time, have said, you know what, wouldn't it be nice if that particular feature is in there? Wouldn't it be nice if you adhere to the latest security definitions, if you supported the internet, net printing protocols, if you integrate into OAuth 2, all of this, Sachin is listening and schedules for implementation into our features. For me, there are a few functions that are significant that my customers have asked for, and I'm going to show you some of those functions. Another part of where WebFocus has enhanced is the exploration. This is what the WebFocus ReportCaster Explorer used to look like before version 9. You used to have a lot of different objects, schedules, distribution lists, access lists, report library lists. You could look at this, you can work through things, but it's was not as intuitive, it wasn't flexible. So what you are going to see when I show you in a few moments is a new ReportCaster Explorer, which has a modernized interface. It is fully integrated into the hub, and it has a new library viewer with versionings, the content itself that you can download and view in tabs, do whatever you need to do with this. You can have multiple filters when it comes down to searching content, and I'm going to show you those filters in action. And I know Sachin's favorite is the responsive design, so that you can interact with this also on a mobile device. So a lot of discussion. I would like to show you live, and that's what I'm going to do next. And I'm going to close this here and there. So the first option that I want to show you, and you have seen this a few times already, is this pre-population task parameters and the use of it or overriding it. So if you take our existing report, you have our WebFocus report, and the WebFocus report is actually a report that accepts two parameters. The two parameters that it accepts, and right now it's going through the list to see what kind of values there are. It's the store country and the product category. So by default, it will scan the available values. Here you see Canada, Mexico, United States. I look in the product category, and it looks at the various values, accessories, camcorders, televisions, video production, you name it. Okay. So that is what you can do is, so you can use all of them, or you say, for this particular report, rather than coding it in WebFocus is saying this is Canada, that is United States, I want to use maybe Canada. Okay, Canada, and maybe Canada and the United States. Okay, so if I do this here, Canada, United States, I save it. I save the schedule as, oh, I did save the schedule. Okay, so schedule 1, I can run this schedule and it's going to run this report for me. And we're going to look at this once it's there. We're going to view it because it is significant to see what's happening. What it's going to do is it's going to take Canada and United States and make this a filter. So it says where the data is Canada, United States. Sometimes there are different types of use cases. One of the use cases is to say, rather than having one report that combines both of them, I actually want to repeat the task for each of the selected value. So it could be that you build a different report for Canada than one that you would send for the United States. So in the past, you had to code it. Here now with this new features, you can repeat the task for each of the selected values. And sometimes what happens is if you set it up for Canada, you have to set the Canadian dollars. Maybe you have to put some settings in. If you have US dollars, you have to do it in US dollars, have some settings. And those settings you sometimes have to set in a pre or post RPC procedure. So you can enable that as well. Again, in the past, there was coding involved to this scripting in WebFOCUS. You don't have to do this anymore. It's a checkbox to saying this is now creating one report for Canada, one report for United States, and both of them are sent as an attachment or individual schedules that you have there. Okay, so if you do this here, I save this. I save it as title it's United States and Canada. Save it. I run it, and we will see in a few moments what has been created for us. So we have a few reports that have been sent. Weekly revenue report. This revenue report is made available, and here, and then another one is made available as well. So these are our weekly reports that we have scheduled, and we have defined when it's supposed to be delivered and to whom it's supposed to be delivered. Now, what you can do is you can also, in the task, set up some other advanced settings. One of them is to set the locale. Locale is especially for international customers who are saying, I want to set my language into English, or I want to set this particular report into French Canadian or into French standard, or even into German. I can set it up on the schedule. You don't have to touch the report. You don't have to build extra procedures. You just dynamically, for this particular schedule, set the locale to whatever it needs to be. Okay. So we did look at some of the scheduler distribution options here. Distribution, we had the every option of that is the not distribution, it's a recurrence. We say how often do we want to have a report run? We want to have it run every month. When we set it up to every month, we can certainly look at the dates, and I showed you some of the dates selection. Last day can say how many days before the month ends. And one of the use cases for days before the month ends is saying, maybe I'm 7 days before the end of the month. I have 7 days to complete the numbers that I need to complete, and I want to actually send out a reminder email to my employees or to my work group to saying, look, this is what's outstanding. These are the activities that need to be done. I personally sent this to me as well. Every day I send an email that says, this is the activities that I want to do today. So every month on particular dates, or I can control it on the first Sunday, on the second, the third, the fourth Sunday, or the last Sunday, the last Friday, the last Monday within the month. So these are new functionalities that have been embedded. Let's say it's I want to say it as a date, the 1st, 10th, and 24th, or all of those options. What WebFocus will do as well, just because it is so rich in checkboxes that can be set or not set, it also it gives you a summary. This schedule runs every month on the 1st, 10th, 24th day of the month from July 14th at 11:59 UTC. Okay, so you get a summary here and you don't get confused. Okay, so that's another option here. I'm going to close this out here. I want to show you more about the logging here. Let's say we have this report scheduled sent to email log. We can look at the log here, view the log. You see on the log report, of course, we can make it bigger. Make it a little bit bigger here. You see what's happening. And by default, you can look at the last executed time when the job was run. That is typically what you want to look at, saying, was my last run of the job okay? I can look at all of those. Yes, or might be a little bit longer. And what you see is some of those logs had failed. So red is always highlighting there is an error in here. This case, I was sending it to an old email server. This email server doesn't exist anymore, so it's good that it warned me. So I had to adjust it, and next time it was running, not running, but then after a while it was running, and you see all of those reports ever since were successful. But if they're not, I would be alerted. I can also do customers, saying maybe I want to look at a particular report that failed on Friday. So you would select the 25th and saying, show me the reports on the 25th. I didn't run it on the 25th, but it allows you to do flexible options. You can, if it's getting too long, you can download the log report and you can look at this here. Or, of course, there was one of the requests. I want to look at it in full screen. You can always look at information in full screen. So a lot of log enhancements that have been done here in WebFocus. And we can certainly spend a lot of time there, but we won't today. What I do want to show you is three other options. The first one is the configuration. Okay, when it comes down to ReportCaster configuration, you can go into the configuration area, the management center of WebFocus. You can select ReportCaster. And when you look at the configurations itself, you see FTP settings. There's a default. There are email settings, default. But what you can do, and sometimes that happens, is you want to set up multiple FTP profiles. So how do you set up a new profile? You just select new, you define a name, and then you have the host, the location, user ID, password that belongs to that particular profile. It's easy to configure those profiles. It's easy to switch those profiles and have maybe multiple reporting servers access multiple different types of FTPs. Maybe you have a failover server, whatever it may be. It makes it much easier to make changes to your email system if you have it all collected, all of those 9 or 10 options. Maybe it's even 12 options here. 12 options as a configuration setting and made available, and you can then switch it from the default to whatever your FTP or SMTP setting is. Okay, and then you would just set up, this is the new email server, this is the new item here. One of the reasons I detected that my IABI SMTP server that I used to have was actually not working is because it gave me those error messages. What did I have to do? I can centrally make the change, or I can make a change. I can override the distribution. And this is where the email distribution was. By default, it's using the options of my mail server. I can have a system default mail server, or I can customize the mail server. I can test it. I can test the connection, and this test connection is also something very useful. Customers have asked for this many, many times, and such and implemented this in version 9.3. So I can test the connection, and it says, yes, this entry that I put in here, test connection is successful. I'm happy. And I can actually now, that's what I used to do, customize the mail server, typed it, tested it, ran it, haven't changed it since. So I can actually now send it to system default because I changed the system default since. I won't do it now, but I could. Okay. So that's an option here. So one other function that is significant, or one other feature that is out there, is the import and export of distribution lists. So here is a distribution list that I created a little bit earlier. Canada, United States, Mexico is out there. I can export this list. Maybe I want to add something. I can export this list. I want to export the distribution list. Yes, I want to give it to this as list virtual user group, VUG. Okay. I exported it. Go away. Oh, I don't know where I exported to. Oh, there it is in downloads. Okay. So I can open it. And you see I have multiple values set up here. Maybe I want to add a value, and I don't want to add it through the graphical user interface. I want to add it through here. So all I can do is copy and paste, maybe France and England. France and let's say Netherlands. Okay, this is my new distribution list that I have defined externally. And I now want to use this distribution list going forward. So what I need to do is I can either update the original one here, or I can simply create a new distribution list. It's an email distribution list. I want to import the list from my virtual user group setting here, open it, it checks it, it passed the security checks, I click OK, and now the list is available. Okay, so I can add, remove, do whatever I want to do with this. So save it, I give it the new virtual user group list, save, I already saved it. I'm paranoid when it comes down to saving. So now this list is made available. We saved it in ReportCaster as a new virtual user group list. We can now take our report, create a schedule, a focus report, the procedure that we have here. This is this one. It has this parameters for the country and the product category, scans it, gives me the options. Once it finds what options there are, it allows me to add it. Distribution. This time I'm going to do email distribution again. And apologize, it's always email distribution, but it's just so easy to show. Email distribution, this time I'm going to use the distribution list. The distribution list that we want to use is the one that we just generated, the new virtual user group. I don't have to do anything else but saying report with distribution list. Add. This is my report with distribution list. The recurrence is every week on Sunday. Save. I call it with distribution list. Save. Run. Go. Save again. Close. And burst virtual user group, and we just have to wait for the emails to arrive, and we will be good to go. Okay, so schedule 2, virtual user group. I want to sort. I have some sorts here. I want to sort by last modified with distribution list. You can look at the log, and it has said that it has distributed the information for us. It has distributed the information to the various users. Okay, so that's the option of email distribution. Now we have now gotten to a point where we look at the subscription. So to build a WebFOCUS subscription, to take an existing web page and add a subscription functionality to this particular web page, we can go to the WebFOCUS Designer interface into the assemble mode. And once the report is there, we can just take a control. The control that we're going to add is a schedule button. The schedule button we drag onto the canvas. We can then define what do we want to do when a user selects this button. So when the user selects a button, we want to allow the user to schedule the document. On the schedule one is on click, schedule the content, and we can allow the user either to select where you want to send it to, email, a library FTP, just to email, to FTP. Depends on what flexibility you want to offer. You can have those multiple options. Many times it's easy enough to just use the email, because otherwise people have to click too many buttons. So I'm choosing email, and the target is I want to do a page overlay here. And you will see in a second what this page overlay does. So having done this, I'm going to save this web page now. Page before schedule. No. Okay. So now we do page with schedule virtual user group. Okay. Very simple. Choose from the controls the schedule button, drag it onto the canvas, and then define an action. The action is if a user clicks on this particular button, then I want to allow to distribute report 1D via email and have the prompt for the user to provide their ID, user ID or their email ID with a page overlay. Of course, I can say, make the change here, subscription to report. There we go. I can run it, and you have already seen that in action. We'll take a few seconds here for the page to show, but once it shows, it allows me to do the filtering. Let's say I'm just subscribing to camcorders and computers today. And once that is done, there we go. I'm going to subscribe. The interface will show up for the subscription. Takes a few seconds here, but once it's completed, it allows me to just say dirk at cloud.com. This is I subscribed. Okay, I can use it as an attachment. That's fine. Add, save, and my schedule. Subscribed, save, recurrence. I do it every month, and last day of the month, save, and I will get it every last day of the month. So having done that, that's all you need to do. That's all it takes to actually modernize an existing WebFocus designer generated web page and add the subscription button. Okay. Now, I will get to two items here before I hand it over to Sachin. Number one is library. Report library is one of the options that you have in WebFocus. Report library distributes information to instead of to email to a document repository that's managed and version controlled inside WebFocus. I have built my sales reports. I've taken them and distributed them for the Canada, Mexico, United States. All you need to do is really select, instead of email, you select report library as an option. You can then start to subscribe to it to get daily alerts, or an alert when something new happens. Or here you see the new interface that has the multiple versions here. You can give versions a name. In this case, you see July data is not completed. You have the June final. You give it names, multiple versions. You say, this is the right version that I want to look at. This is the PDF document that has been generated. And then, of course, I can download, I can expand, I can do whatever I need to do with this document. Okay, so that's how the report library is integrated into WebFocus, how the new viewer is made available. And to get a full overview of all the WebFocus ReportCaster activities, you can go to the WebFocus ReportCaster Explorer. The Explorer is a little bit hidden, but it's there when you go to the homepage. To the you will find the ReportCaster Explorer, and in the Explorer you can look at schedules, distribution lists, access lists, libraries. You can select what happens. I want to look at particular owners. I want to only look at those that were customized, that were changed, last modified today. I can get the list, and we've done some work, 7 different reports that we modify, schedules we modified, and then of course you can edit them, delete them, or you can reschedule, look at logs, do whatever you need to do with this. So multiple ways to view at this: folder view, the list view, and you can, of course, do always the refresh of options. More filters. Instead of just having the basic filters for schedule, owner, and last modified, you see here what are the distribution methods, what was the last job status. I only want to look at those that have a warning, that have an error associated, or only the ones with high priority. Okay. I apologize to Sachin that I took a little bit extra time, but I do want to say thank you and now pass it over to Sachin to continue.
No problem, Doug. Thank you. It was really insightful. And then I'll quickly start and okay, share my screen. So hello everyone, good day. I hope you're enjoying this session has been insightful. I hope my topic will also excite you. So what I'm going to cover is I'm talk about what's new in ReportCaster, or what's the future of ReportCaster. So as a part of it, I'm going to cover the new age distribution methods that we are going to introduce. We'll talk about architecture, high level, and then to support that, to implement this method, how to create an app and bot, how to configure those methods, and then what are the different distribution options we have with those distribution methods. So when we talk about new age distribution methods, it's an era of instant messaging, instant communication, and quick collaboration. Don't worry, I'm not talking about Instagram or Snapchat. I'm talking about Google Chat, Team, and Slack. So email, I would say, is good, but still now we need a instant messaging, right? We need to respond immediately. We need to collab. We need to update. So there is that's why we have these modern communication tools, and then ReportCaster, we have taken care of it. We are going to introduce these methods very soon in WebFocus. How we are going to do is this is a high level architecture. so we have WebFOCUS ReportCaster. It talks to the application or a bot that you have to or customer have to configure in their production environment. Let's say if you're using Teams, you have to configure in a Teams, Microsoft Teams. And then so when schedule runs, request will go to this bot, and then this bot will deliver that particular report or content to that particular channel communication tool. So that's how this architecture works. How do we create this app? So customer would have to connect with admin. They have to create a particular application or a bot. They have to register it in production environment. So when they create it, you have to capture these few details like application ID, OAuth, endpoint token, all of those details. And once you register it, you need to create a secret client ID that will be required to configure in workspace. And then when you are creating this app, you have to provide certain privileges so that these bots can write, send messages, read messages, and deliver reports. So I'll quickly show. This is my like non-prod environment. I have created this IBI RC Teams underscore Sachin app. Here I have to, like, if you see, I have created a secret here. So when I'm registering, I have created the secret. I have to utilize, this is a secret ID, this is a value. If you see the overview from here, you have to capture the client ID, your uh, endpoint URLs, and all of that. If endpoint URLs are here. So from here, you have to capture those details. And we support OAuth too. So once you get all of those details, once you register your app, what you can do is you can go to Reportcaster console. This is our admin area. So here we have introduced this new section called messaging distribution. Here we have three options: Google Chat, Microsoft Teams, and Slack. So in Microsoft Teams, I have created this Sachin. So here you have to provide all of those details like your authorization URL, token URL, your client ID, client secret. You provide your scope, redirect URL, and all of those. You create token. It will be auto populated if all these details are correct. Once it is created, you just okay, and just save your configuration, and voila, you'll be good to go. So this is how we create an app. I already covered this. This is how we configured. I repeat again. We support OAuth 2.0. And then what all things we support? So we support distributing it to individual users. You can distribute it to existing groups. You can distribute it to, or you can create a new groups as well on the fly and then share with them. And we can deliver this to existing channel or spaces as well. So without spending more time here, I'll quickly move to the demo part. So for this demo, what I'm doing is I'm going to use this Carfax. It gives me details of country, what all cars are available in those countries, and the dealer cost. So how we access these distribution methods, as Doug suggested, we'll go to create schedule. I'll pull up the text file. So here in distribution methods, we have introduced this messaging option. So if you click on this, you'll get multiple options here. It's Slack, Google Chat, and Teams. So I'll select Teams first. I'll try single user first. So I'll call it a single user. My workspace is Sachin. So you can define multiple workspaces there. You can pick and choose from here. So once you select your workspace, you can add recipients using this pencil. So you get the pop-up here. From here, you can search, or you can see all the your users, group chat, and all of those details. So let's say I have to share this report with my friend Ajay. So I'll search with Ajay. I'll select, I'll add it. I have to share with Komal as well. So I'll search, I'll add. Okay. So once it is done, I'll click OK. It will be added. I'll just add recurrence. I'll just do it. I just want to do it once. So it is done. I'll just save. let's say call Teams. Okay, it is saved and I'll just run. Okay, so say it's in progress and it is distributed to Ajay and Komal. Now, if I go to my Teams channel, you can see she's Komal here. This report is already delivered to her. Now, if you see that report, okay, it's a HTML file, so I have to download, open file. Yeah, here you go. Same if you go to Ajay, it is delivered as well. So what next? We delivered it to single user. Let's try to deliver to channel or a group chat. So let's say we'll deliver to Inkshan and Ajay. What we can do is, in the interest of time, we'll go to channel as well. We'll from here in Teams there are concept of team, and under team you have multiple channel, right? So I'll select this team. So with this team I have these many channels. Out of this I want to deliver to RC test cab. So I'll select that. So you can see at the same time I can deliver to group chat and channel as well. So if I say this is my, let's say, group chat and channel. So I'll just add, I'll save again. It is saved and I'll just execute. It's in progress. It is distributing. Okay. So if I go, so again here you can see it was a group chat, Ajay, and it was delivered to Inchan. Now if I go to my channels, it's a RC Dave Ramanush channel and it's a team, and under this I had a RC Test Cap channel, so it is delivered to that particular channel as well. So this is Teams. Now, if I have to, like, I'll uncheck, I'll disable this. I'll show you the demo for Slack. Okay, so Slack also is same, right? A quick note: you can see here icons, right? If it's a single user, it is denoted by just single human thing. If it's a group chat, there are too many guys here. So you can see if it's a channel, it will be shown by hashtag. So I'll first select this, and then again I can select myself. Okay, so if I click OK, I'll just add. Uh, okay, and let's do okay, and then save again and run. It's success. So if we go to Slack, sorry, that's okay. This is my sandbox. So now if you go to IBI Reportcaster, this is an app that we have created. So you can see I have got this reports. Again, this is HTML, so it's not viewable. And then it was a single user as well, right? So you can see it that report is delivered to me as well. Another interesting thing is I forgot to show it here. If you go to chat, we do support inline messaging as well. So instead, like as Doug suggested, similar to email, like instead of uh, delivering as a message or attachment, if I select inline message and a task, it will be delivered as an inline message and it can be seen as like this. Okay. And lastly, I'll just disable this Slack. If we go to again messaging, I'll select Google Chat. Same here. If it's a group chat, we'll have a multiple icons here or a humans icon here. I'll select this is a space. I can select that as well. And if I had to deliver it to individual user, let's say I'll do it IBI. I have tons of users there, so I'll deliver to this guy. I'll just click OK, and that's just add. Save again and run. Okay. And now if I go to, yeah. So this was my group. So you can see just deliver. I got this report. If I again, it's a HTML, so won't be viewable. I have to download and see. But then meanwhile, uh, yeah, this was a group chat as well. So it was directed as a group chat, and I sent it to individual user as well. So this was my user, and yeah, it is delivered as well. So yeah. So this is all about delivering all these reports or distributing it to the all new age distribution methods. Uh, I guess that's about it. If you have any questions now, I guess we will open up this session for live question and answers. So I'll just stop share and we'll take up the questions.
Great. Great. Thank you, Sachin. All right, guys, it is now the Q&A time. So if you have questions for Dirk or Sachin, please submit those through the Q&A and we will get those answered for y'all. In the meantime, Dirk and Sachin, are you addressing Jean's question?
Okay,
I think it was directed to Dirk.
okay.
I've responded to Jean.
Okay.
I think it requires a little bit more follow-up to clarification. So hopefully I can work with Jean after the call.
Perfect. Thank you, Dirk.
So of course, like if any one of you guys need any further clarification or further detailed demo, you can always connect to us through share and we'll happy to have a dedicated call or a session. So yeah.
Aziz, did you have any additional questions? I know you were sending some in. Here's one, guys. You read the last one that just came in.
Okay, does ReportCaster have to run on the same box where a Slack teams? No, not really. It's not needed. So if you see my example, this particular sandbox or the WebFOCUS environment that was using, it's in US location. I'm here in Pune, and this particular application, Slack or Teams and everything, is deployed on a company sandbox environment. So those are two separate environments. So it's not needed to have all of this on a one place. It's just that you should have those tokens created using OAuth and you configure them, and then that's it. You should be able to deliver them anywhere.
Thank you, Sachin. And okay, yes, hi Lily. Sorry if some of your questions are you instead of a Z, but either one of y'all, if y'all have additional questions, please feel free to submit those. And Carlotta, I see your hand is up, but if you have a question, okay. All right. Any other questions for Dirk or Sachin? I'm so sorry if y'all could hear my child in the background. While we'll give y'all another minute or so, while we're wrapping up, as a reminder, I did throw a link to the eval form in the chat. If you guys could please take a moment and fill that out for us. It's just a quick minute or two of your time. It's how we plan for these user groups to make sure that we're selecting topics that are of interest to you guys, and making sure that we have the appropriate speakers lined up. So if you wouldn't mind, please fill those out. It just takes a minute or two. Sachin, question for you. Do you have any idea what version the new methods will be in?
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking why nobody asked this question yet. So yes, this will be available in the upcoming releases. We are yet to confirm a particular release, but yeah, it will be available in upcoming releases. So can't commit exactly version right now, but we are close to finishing our development. As you can see, it was all working demo, so it will be delivered very soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Evelyn. Glad you enjoyed it. All right. If there are no other questions, last call for questions. Again, as a reminder, this was recorded. I will send out a copy of the recording, and then any present or any material that Dirk and Sachin are able to share with the group, I will include that in that email. If you guys have any additional questions regarding Summit, don't hesitate to reach out. Any further clarification from Dirk or Sachin, please reach out and we'll get you guys connected with them. But if there are no more, I guess we will give you, oh, hold on. Just kidding. Oh, just everyone saying thank you. All right. Good job. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so if there's no more questions, we will give you back a few minutes of your day. Thank you so much for joining us for this month's virtual user group. And we will see you in next month in August. And a big thank you to Sachin and Dirk for your time and your content today.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks. Appreciate your time. Have a good day. See you.
All right. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.